Hello everyone, this is Shantani Sen and today is Friday, so I'm live once again with you all. So we are continuing the segment Friday Live. It's a fun live where we discuss about Vedic maths and everything which is fun but has maths in it. So I'm back again today, and today is a fun session. There'll be a lot of things happening today, unlike the other days where we used to learn something or we had a Q&A. But today there are guests over, so it's an exciting live today, and I'm just waiting for all of you to join. So please, whoever is watching, do tell me if I'm audible, if I'm visible, and then I'll start with the live. Okay, I'll just wait for a few comments so that I'm able to understand whether I'm live or not. Whoever is watching, please comment if I'm audible and I'm visible. Okay, I've got a few people who have joined, and please do tell me if I'm live, if I'm visible, and if I'm audible, and then we'll start. And it's a fun live session, so I recommend you do watch it till the end. Do not miss it out. There are guests coming on today. It'll be a fun show. It'll be like a podcast, but where you get to learn a lot of interesting things about Vedic maths. We'll dig into some history and origins of Vedic maths, which will be quite satisfying for all of you to know and learn about it. So please join this live session and just tune with us. Let's see who have joined. There are people, I can see the people joining. Okay, do tell me if I'm audible and if I'm visible. Hmm. Okay. Fine, let's just start with it. I have people who have joined and I've seen them watching. I got some comments that yes, I'm visible. I've got messages. So fine. So let's just start with today's live. So first, let's just warm up because a lot of things will be coming, which might be overwhelming for all of us. So since we all know that Vedic Maths Forum India, we are basically um, an institution that teaches Vedic maths to students all across the globe, not only students, but teachers or students who are taking competitive exams and people in different journeys of their lives who might benefit from Vedic maths. And in all these months, in all these years, I guess if you follow us, you must have an idea that what Vedic maths is all about. It not only increases your calculation speed, but it also helps you in much on a much higher level. So since Vedic maths, it's such a benefit to us. Like it's like the newest gift of India to the world. So let's discuss how Vedic maths originated. Now today I won't be the one hosting you all. Today I have some guests who will actually take you on a journey on the origins of Vedic maths and how it spread across the world and how it benefited people. Why should you learn it and how you can use Vedic maths in your present life? So first, let us welcome Mr. Gaurav Tekriwal, who is president of our company. So Gaurav sir is here with us. Hello, sir.
Hi, Shantini. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
So, sir, welcome to our Friday segment, our Friday live segment, where we discuss about everything good, everything happening on Vedic maths. So, welcome to our session.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for inviting me today. It's a pleasure
Thank
to
you,
be
sir.
here.
We are glad to have you, sir. Today we'll be discussing about a lot of things, a lot of interesting things, rather. So we are very much excited to hear from you. You're the president, to hear from you how Vedic maths originated, how you helped spreading it around the world, and what can Vedic maths do to our lives, how it can affect us. So yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So Vedic maths has been around for centuries in time and memorial. You see,
Right,
India
sir.
has a very rich heritage, and it
Right.
has contributed to the world amazing concepts such as the zero, the decimal system, and so many other stalwarts from the Indian mathematician community has been there, like Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, Varaha Mihira. So many of them are already have been contributing to the uh, mathematician community. So Vedic maths is basically the world's fastest mental math system originating in India. As you know, down the years, we have been invaded by the Mughals, the Britishers. They ruled over us for hundreds of years. So the science was lost, and it was only rediscovered and taken aback by the Sankaracharya of Puri, who was born in 1884. He was an Indian saint, and he authored a book. That book is called Vedic Mathematics. It was published in 1965 in India, and that book gave all the secrets to mental calculation. So, according to Tirthaji, he gave 16 sutras or word formulas by which anybody can make maths easy, can make maths simple. And Tirthaji was known as Venkatraman Saraswati, and he was an Indian saint. In India, you have the system of Sankaracharyas. So Tirthaji was the Sankaracharya of Puri in Odisha, and he was in the seat of Puri from 1925 to 1960. He is globally very, very popular because of his book Vedic Mathematics. And you must know something that he was the first Sankaracharya to visit the West and inspire students into Vedic mathematics. He has given lectures in California Institute of Technology, San Diego College, and so many other colleges when he visited the West in 1958. So there is much to learn about him as well. He was a freedom fighter, and with respect to Vedic maths, he went into deep solitude and deep meditation for 8 long years in the forests of Sringeri in South India. And it is there he is said to be doing a lot of research in philosophy, Sanskrit, mathematics, and metaphysics. And during his research, he founded the system of Vedic mathematics. He said to have rediscovered it, and such an amazing gift he is given to the world. So I owe deeply to the Sankaracharya for his great work, and I pay my respects to him because his this book changed my life completely. So I was in the field of equity research, and when I read the book, I felt that Vedic maths can be taken to a whole lot of people, not just in India but in other countries as well, because he made math so simple that is unbelievable, and it's just like magic. So yeah, that's what I feel about Tirthaji.
That was an amazing, amazing journey. Like it was because of him probably that we are able to, learn such vivid techniques that which might have went unnoticed or undiscovered if it was not for Tirthaji. So he does play a huge role in bringing Vedic maths to the world. In in the students' lives, he does play a big role. So it's an amazing thing. Now, as we're speaking about students, we also need to speak about teachers who actually make the path to their successful future. So I would like to welcome on board two more teachers from our team from Vedic Maths Forum India, Ms. Sujata Singh and Mr.
Hello,
Tamal
sir.
Das.
Hello,
Hello,
Swayantani.
Shantanu.
Hello,
Hello, good
sir.
afternoon.
Good
Hi guys,
afternoon.
how are you?
I'm
Fine,
fine,
sir.
sir. How are
How are
you?
you?
How are you,
Very well,
Shantanu?
very well. Okay, over to Shantini.
It's
Okay,
a pleasure to have you all in the session.
thank you so much for joining us, for taking your time. I
Thank you
know.
so much, Shantanu.
Okay, so since today we were discussing about the origins of Vedic maths, now sir he just told us about how it got how it was invented by Tirthaji Maharaja, and how the word got out, how it spread, and since you are teachers of your Vedic maths teachers, you help students to learn Vedic maths. Can you like if I come as a layman to you and ask you that tell me the benefits of Vedic maths, or why should I take up Vedic maths as a subject? What would be your answer?
Yes, should I answer it first?
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, the way of presenting the numbers in Vedic math, it fascinates the child and it gives the attention, and they will feel so much fascinated by the techniques and the methods which is shown in the Vedic math. They find it interesting, and once they find it interesting, they give their total attention to it, and they try to learn by it heartedly, which is very good, because once we get the attention of the child to make them learn the methods, which is very good, and it's very fast to do. So once they find to do the calculations in a faster way, in an easy way, they find it so interesting, and moreover I can say that it boosts their confidence power. They become more confident once they able to solve the questions by themselves. Like what happens, like if they do one or two questions and if it's not giving the correct answer, they get bored. They feel like it's not possible for them, they can't do this. But using Vedic maths, they solve it easily, and even they can get their answers very quickly, which is most important for us. And they feel like it's so much interesting, and in Vedic math the numbers are presented in such a way, it seems to be so interesting and in unique way. So this is what Vedic math makes us so important to us. So yes.
That was a lovely answer. So I am very much inspired. Like if I was here to learn Vedic maths, I would have definitely been impressed by your answer. So let's see what Tamal sir has to say us. Over to you, Tamal sir.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
So, as Sujata said, the Vedic math is it's a very interesting topic. So, many students are there who are afraid of numbers. Actually, they afraid math because of the numbers they have to, means they're very tiring calculations and all that. But what Vedic maths do, Vedic maths helps them to calculate in a such a way that first of all they actually get the concept and do the calculation much faster, which help them to boost their confidence and as well as to do the sum correctly and more quickly. So that's the thing is the Vedic math is like a charm to our children, I think.
Okay, all right. So, according to you, then Vedic maths is basically a boon to children, to students, that not only help them solve maths in the correct way, but also makes the
Exactly.
calculation faster, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, all right. So, since we all were talking about Vedic maths, there are some teachers present. Would you like to share your favorite Vedic maths methods or Vedic maths techniques to the audience?
Yes, sure, sure.
Would you like to start with it?
Yes, definitely.
So, let's begin with Gaurav sir, since he is the one who took the legacy forward. So, let's just start with him. His favorite Vedic maths technique.
So I have a technique which is very dear to me, which is very important, and I use it wherever I go because it conveys the message of Vedic maths in a much more quicker and a much more easier way to everybody. So Vedic maths, I love the technique of multiplication by 11. That is one of my favorite techniques, by which you just need to, if you're multiplying a two-digit number with 11, you just need to add them up and put it in the middle of the two digits and arrive at the answer. So, for example, if you have to do 32 times 11, all you need to do is multiply, I mean, split 3 and 2 and then add them up. 3 and 2, you add them up, it gives you 5, and your answer becomes 352. So, there we have the visual. All you need to do is split the 3 and the 2, and in the middle, just add 3 plus 2, that gives you 5. So 32 times 11 is 352. I think Tamal and Sujata can give their Vedic math, best Vedic math methods from here on.
Yes,
Right, sir. That was an amazing technique. Let's move on with Sujata ma'am. If she has, what is her favorite Vedic maths technique?
mine was also multiplication with 11 and square of numbers ending with 5. These two are just favorite of mine, I feel, because it's so easy and we feel so much attention to it. Like we can solve such big problems to it also. Suppose I want to explain one geometry problem. Like if you want to find the area of a rectangle. In rectangle, we have length and breadth, right? So suppose the measurement of length is given as 17 and the measurement of breadth is given as 11. So what you need to do, you have to find the area of the rectangle, right? So we all know that its area is given by length multiplied by breadth, like. But when this type of question is given to children, they feel like what it's such a big what we need to do. They feel like panic, like we can't able to do geometry. The sums are so much panicking. We can't do this. But when we show this techniques and this method, they find it so interesting. Like this things can be solved in this way also. So there we just need to perform a simple multiplication, that is 17 times 11. As sir has explained the method already, we just need to split the numbers and put the sum in the middle. It is quite simple. So which will give you the answer 189. So it makes the children so much attractive to the method, and it feels there it and they find it so much interesting that they start, once they gain the confidence of doing it, they can do the tougher problems also. So this is what Vedic maths do. They just gain the confidence, and it even boost their I must say boost their concentration power, which they need most. Vedic maths drew their attention totally. Like once the method is shown to them, they all just drew their attention there, and they tried wholeheartedly, which is quite interesting. This is one question of mine which I need to explain. Yes, Shantani.
Okay, so that was an amazing method which you explained, squares ending with the number 5. So yes, that's a lovely technique which students can utilize not only in the school life but also when they go for competition level exams or competitive exams. So they can use this technique there. And I
Yes.
just one question which comes in my mind: are Vedic maths techniques applicable in school maths?
Yes, they're definitely like in school math, it's related to, we just relate the concepts. We have to put their concepts there, and even we show it to them, like how you can going to apply in the RS, like in school, regular school math, and they applied. In like nowadays, we can see that there is a lot of objective questions in the paper, right? And there is some time limitation. You have to finish that paper within that time, you will not. But in theoretical papers, what happen, you will learn by home, and then there you can tick the option. But in maths, you can't do it. You have to solve the entire question, then you can solve, right? Their Vedic maths helps a lot and just save their time. Like where it needs a long lengthy calculation, they can use simple Vedic techniques and it literally saves their time. We have taken such feedbacks from the student. It literally saves their time, and even they scored well from them. So this is what I must say.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to Tamal sir. On what
Yes.
is his favorite Vedic maths technique?
Yeah, mine is basically called, it's a formula or sutra called Ekadikana Purvana. It's also the number ended with 5. We have to find a square of a number that ended with 5. It's very simple and it fascinates me when I first learned the technique myself. It's like amazing. Like, suppose you have to find a number, let's say 85. You have to find 85 square. So it's very simple. What do you have to do? Just you have to just take the 5 that is on the right hand side digit and make it square. That is 5 times 5, it will be 25. And the 10th digit, that is 8 here, and you have to just multiply that number, that is 1 more than 8. That is why it is called Ekadikana Purvena. So 1 more than 8 is 9. So you have to multiply 8 and 9, that will be 72. So our number will be 7225. It's just like it, you can find any number, any square of any number, like that should be entered with 5 in just 1 or 2 second max to max. So it's like amazing.
All right. So it was lovely hearing all your favorite Vedic maths techniques. Now, while you were all answering about the techniques, I have one fun quiz, or rather a test for all three of you. I have prepared a few sums which I want the experts to solve, and let's see who can solve it faster and how Vedic maths techniques can be used in solving these sums. So, shall I present them to you?
Of
Yeah,
course,
Yes,
yeah.
sure,
Bring it on.
sure.
Let's all try.
Okay, so with your permission, I'll just share these sums. Okay. All right, so I'll just start sharing my screen. So this segment is called the Friday Fun Math Sums, and the first sum is this: the side of a square floor is 15 feet. The cost of tiling the floor is rupees 11 per NFT. Find the total cost for tiling the floor.
I think it should be the cost of tiling the floor is 11 per square feet. That's FT. Find the total cost for tiling the floor, right?
Right, sir.
So I think let's give a dig at this. Yeah. So the side of the square is 15. So to find the area, all you need to do is multiply 15 with 15, right? That's
Yes,
225.
yes,
And to find the cost of tiling, which is 11 per feet, per square feet rather, you just need to multiply 225, which you have got there, and multiply it with 11, because that is the cost of the tiling per square feet. So 225 into 11 would give you 2475 as your cost. So that's the answer. And you can easily multiply 225 with 11 using the multiplication by 11 technique. But this is for
yes.
Okay.
three digits, which we have not covered in the class
Live
today.
session.
So
But
can you show that technique to us using the whiteboard if it's possible? Can you show us the technique?
lovely. I would be happy to show you the technique. Just give me a minute.
Right, sir.
It seems like I don't have whiteboard access right now. Maybe Tamal can show the 11
Yes, sir.
multiplication by 11 technique
Yes, sir. Sure.
by three digits.
Sure,
So,
sir.
Yeah, there you
Tamal sir, your whiteboard is there on screen.
Yeah. So we have to multiply just 225 with 11, right? So multiply with 11, we just put two strokes on the either sides and we put two zeros here. So now what we're going to do, we just take a number that is from, we start from this digit and we just add with this right hand side neighbor. So it will give us 5 plus 0, it will give us 5. And we repeat the process with the next digits also. So for the 2, its right hand side digit is 5. So we'll add 2 plus 5, it will give us 7. And against 2 plus 2 is 4. And last but not the least is 0 plus 2, it is 2. So the answer will be 2475. It's that easy.
Exactly. So it's fun, it's easy, and you can really do this in just a jiffy.
Yes, sir.
So over to the next question, Shantini.
Okay, so this is the next question. Now I want the teachers to solve this sum, but not mentally, because not all of us are Vedic maths experts. I would request the teacher to solve it on the whiteboard, so the audience can also are also able to see how Vedic maths technique gets applied and how quickly the answer is found out. So, any
Yes, Shantini. Yes, it can be solved. Yes, we can solve it mentally also. Like,
right, but mentally also it can be solved, so it's a tough sum. So I was thinking that anyone would require this whiteboard to solve it, but since you're saying you're so confident about it, so do explain us the sum mentally, but then please show us on whiteboard, because we also need to understand how and where Vedic maths techniques can be applied.
yes, the question is 36 times 11, right? My whiteboard is visible to you, isn't it?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, plus 55 square, right? So here we will get our answer, that is 396 by using the 11 multiplication with 11 technique, right? So 36, we will split this 36 like this way as Shantani has shown in the live session previously, and we will write the sum here. So this is how the two-digit number can be multiplied by 11. Next, we have to do the square of 55. What we need to do here, we'll square the end digit, that is 5, which will give us 25. And next, we have to one more than this. So 1 more than 5 gives us 6. So 6 multiplied by 5 gives us 30. So this is the square of 55. Now we need to add this. So it gives us 3396, and it gives us 3300. Yes, 3421 is our answer, right? Just we need to do simple addition here in the last step, which is not our concern. Like we all can do this. And the step which I must show here, that is multiplication with 11 and the square of 55. We can find this such a big calculation by using Vedic techniques, like 36 times 11. If we do normal traditional multiplication, it will take our time a lot. And next, the square of 55, we have to multiply that 55 times 55. There again, it takes a lot of time. But using this such a simple techniques, we can solve the sum even in a two step and get our required correct answer. Yes,
Right.
Shantanu.
Okay. So fine. So such a big sum and only two steps involved. So it's amazing how Vedic maths can make the sums feel so easy and can be solved so rapidly. Okay. So this was an interesting sum. Let's move on to the third sum, which is What is 65% of 65? Would you like to solve the sum, Tamal sir?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So please use your whiteboard so we can, see the magic of Vedic maths, like how Sujata ma'am, she solved the sum in just 2 steps. Let's see how many steps are involved in this sum.
Yeah. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, we
This is
can
my
see your
white.
whiteboard.
Yeah, yeah. So the sum was 65% of 65. Right. This type of sum not only asked in the regular school question, but also in the competitive exams also. People have to find the percentage in a very quick way. So one way to do that is that a percent mean nothing but like this. 65% is like this. So we have to just multiply 65 with 65. So basically we have to find 65 square. So 65 square will give us nothing but 4225. And how did I do that? It's simple. So 65 and 5 squared is 25, and 6 and 1 more than 6 is 7. So 7 multiplied by 6 is 42. So our answer is 4225. But here is 100 that is dividing. So the final answer will be 42.25. And that's it. So it basically take only one step, but I just have shown you the concept behind that.
All right. So that was an easy way to solve this sum. So, like if we generally see a sum like this, what goes on our mind? Uh, what goes on our mind is that it's such a difficult sum. How will we be able to do it? But then Vedic maths, it does. These are like live evidence that it
Exactly.
shows, where it shows that Vedic maths can actually help you. There's no bluff in it. It actually helps you to calculate faster. It makes your maths easier. And since today it's the time of 5G. Nobody wants to go slow, or nobody wants to be behind. So that's why Vedic maths, it does help you take that extra step or that leap in your studies, in your mathematics calculation, which is quite nice. Okay, so then now moving on to the last question. This question is of ratio proportion. Now, I really have like as a like when I was in school as a mathematics student, I used to love questions coming from ratio proportion factor, since those sums are quite interesting for me. So I'm just placing one of my favorite sums, and let's see how Vedic maths helps to solve that sum quickly. So the sum is, one second, there's some network issue, I guess. Mm, Right, I'll just upload the sum. Mm, Okay, so this is the sum. Milk and water are mixed in the ratio 17:3. The total quantity of mixture is 1,100 milliliters. Find the quantity of milk in it. So I have three experts who are sitting in front of me. I'm sure this sum is can be solved, like in a blink of an eye using Vedic maths techniques. So can any one of you volunteer and solve this sum on the whiteboard?
Yes, Swayantani, sure, sure.
Okay, so Sujata ma'am has volunteered and she will show us how Vedic maths helps us to crack this sum. And let's see.
Okay, the question has asked the quantity of milk, right?
Right. Can you share
Uh,
your whiteboard, Sujata ma'am?
yes, I have shared it. Now, is it
Yes.
visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. So for quantity of milk from the mixture, what we need to do, it's given the ratio is 17 is to 3, and the total quantity was 1100 liters, right? So here we will find the quantity of milk, which is 17 by total part is 20, which is quite simple for ratio and proportion. And we have to multiply with the total quantity of the mixture, right? So here maybe we stuck by, we have again do the multiplication with such a big number, that is 1100. So here we can multiply and we can cancel the zero to make it simple. Now 17 times 11, we can do it mentally. It gives us 187. Now since there is the zero in the end, so we'll put here the zero. Now we can cancel this number easily by 2, which gives us 935. So basically here the multiplication part, which takes the time for the student, and they feel like how we can multiply with such a big number. So if they know the techniques, they can apply it here and it makes them quite simple. And as I have told you that once they find it interesting, once they grew their interest in the maths, they start doing it. And once they start doing it, they boost their confidence one by one. And even when they move to harder sums, they even don't know. So this is what Vedic maths do. It just transforms the mind of the level of attempting the question, like how you have to attempt the question. Yes, Shantini.
Mute again. So an interesting take on how you can actually solve various sums, not only arithmetic but also sums coming from algebra, from geometry, from any segment of mathematics. It can be solved easily using Vedic maths technique. So I am quite interested, and I'm very much in awe of the techniques of how these techniques help us calculate faster, how it helps us to solve sky high sums in just 3 to 4 simple steps. So my questions have come to an end. Today was a very interesting session where I had three amazing guests, like you, people like you showed me, like, as a normal person, I am not a student of mathematics, but you showed me the way of how Vedic maths can make your life simpler. Like, as we want 5G internet in our phone connection, similarly, we also want a 5G speed in our mathematics
Exactly,
calculations.
exactly.
So
It boosts
exactly
the,
that is what. Yes, ma'am.
yes, it boosts the mind. And you, like you have said, you are not from mathematics, but still you find it interesting, isn't it? It is quite
Right.
fun. So this is what Vedic maths do. Sir will like also agree on this.
Yeah, 100%. So it makes math fun, it makes math interesting, it makes math cool and super cool with kids. What else can one ask for?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Learning should be fun, right?
Yes.
Which I have received from Rakesh Patil. He asks, what are the book names for Vedic maths?
Okay, Rakesh, hi. So for the book name for Vedic math is called Vedic Mathematics by Tirthaji. You can get it on Amazon. And there are a lot of other books also available. I've had the privilege to author a book as well. It's called Math Sutra, The Art of Indian Vedic Calculation. So you can check that out as well. They're all available on Amazon.
All right. So, well, I can put the link of the books in the description or in the comment section, so our audience will be able to, find those books. But then today was an amazing,
100%.
podcast with all of you. It was lovely. It was
Yes.
lovely having a conversation not only about Vedic maths but the origins of it and how it is implemented. And it is just like a boon to our students. So it's as you have said that it's a newest gift to India of India to the world. It is actually not only a gift, but it's actually a momentum that a push in the calculation speed of Vedic math. So let's just since we had a lot of things going on, let us just end the live session here today because we have a
Yes.
lot to think about it, a lot of new things to learn, and obviously the Friday live sessions will continue. so we can have more fun sessions with you people on board. And as I can see, the audience love having Gaurav sir, having teachers like Sujata ma'am and Tamal sir,
Thank you.
speaking to them. So we can have one more live session soon. But as of today, let's just wrap up because there's a lot to process. We learned so many things, so many new techniques. We not only learned them, but we also saw how our teachers implemented these techniques just in front of us, how quickly they solve the sums mentally, even without using the whiteboard or any pen and paper. So let's just keep it till here today. It was an amazing live session, and it was very good to have you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
being
much,
my guest.
Shantanu. Thank you so much, sir, for having this session.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me,
Thank
Sayantanu.
you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay, all right. So we will end the live session here. I hope my lovely audience have all of you have enjoyed the live session. Do comment below if you have any questions or any queries if you have, and we'll try to answer them in the next session. And I will be putting down the links for the books for all the Vedic Maths books. And let's meet next time. So take care, stay safe, and have a good weekend.